So she's talking there about this sense of the long-term stability.
She didn't think a slimmed-down monarchy was a good idea.
There are 0 days off when it comes to royal family drama. Just when you think one scandal is over, another one blows up. This latest mess involves Queen Camilla and her pure anger over what the late Queen Elizabeth II reportedly said about her. What did Her Majesty actually say, and why on earth is Queen Camilla bringing up this years-old feud right now? Stick around, because this royal ride is about to get incredibly messy. Classic family drama. The House of Windsor is absolutely no stranger to scandal, but this new leak might be their most shocking yet. Word is Queen Camilla is completely fuming over a harsh remark Queen Elizabeth II made behind closed doors. But the real shocker is how she finally found out. For decades, the public painted Camilla as the ultimate royal villain. Yet this time around, you might actually feel a bit sorry for her. Insiders say that during a recent Balmoral gathering, Princess Anne, who never holds back, dropped a massive truth bomb right on Camilla. Want to hear what she said? Keep watching. Anne reportedly let slip that Queen Elizabeth never actually wanted Camilla to hold the crown. Wild right. Apparently, the late monarch always favoured Kate Middleton for the role, believing she had the perfect grace for the crown. But that is only the beginning of this mess. Anne supposedly went even further, telling Camilla that the late Queen detested her. She claimed Elizabeth only allowed the Queen Consort title because of a secret deal cut behind closed doors. And here is where it gets truly wild. King Charles apparently used Prince Andrew's ties with Jeffrey Epstein to force his mother's hand on Camilla's title. Talk about dirty royal laundry. Back then, Charles desperately needed his mother's public stamp of approval for Camilla right before her big platinum jubilee. But Elizabeth was a pragmatist. She knew selling Camilla as the next queen to the British public would be incredibly tough. The original plan was to call her Princess Consort, not Queen. But with the massive weight of Prince Andrew's scandal threatening the entire crown, Charles managed to play his cards perfectly in that crisis, getting his mother to agree to Camilla's title in exchange for quietening the Andrew disaster. Now, years later, Camilla is still totally haunted by that truth. Knowing that Queen Elizabeth never truly accepted her and only gave in because of backroom politics has left a massive, painful scar. And with Princess Anne happily spilling all this tea, it looks like the royal family's bitter power struggles are far from over. But one thing is certain. When it comes to the House of Windsor, the crown always comes with chaos. But with all these shocking secrets coming out, we have to ask, why is Princess Anne blowing the whistle now? And why choose this exact moment to drop the bomb? Is there some unresolved grudge between the two of them, or is a deeper game being played here? Well, it would not surprise anyone if this was just the latest chapter in the lifelong feud between Anne and Camilla. Their relationship has always been messy and the bad blood goes back decades. But we will get into those details in just a moment. First, let's compare Queen Elizabeth's apparent dislike of Camilla with the deep love she had for Princess Kate. Everyone knows the late monarch absolutely adored Kate Middleton, viewing her as the ideal future queen consort. And that bond goes way, way back. In fact, it goes back to 2006. The Queen had such a soft spot for Kate that when she and William were dating, Queen Elizabeth invited her to spend Christmas at Sandringham, which was an incredibly rare honour for an unmarried partner back then. But Kate, always highly respectful of royal tradition, politely declined the invite. She was only 24 at the time and knew that without a ring on her finger, she had no official business at private royal gatherings. That patience paid off massively as she became not just William's wife, but one of the most beloved royals in history. Naturally, this is where the jealousy started, because Queen Camilla noticed Kate's rising popularity, and she did not like it one bit. She reportedly made it known that she never saw Princess Catherine as a good fit for William or the future of the crown. According to royal biographer Christopher Anderson, Camilla was far from happy when William and Kate first started dating. In fact, she actively tried to work against their romance. Anderson, who wrote The King. The Life of Charles III claims Camilla looked down on Kate, viewing her as a common outsider. To her, Kate Middleton, coming from a middle-class family, was simply not a suitable match for the future King of England. So was Camilla's early hatred of Kate just about snobbery, or was she terrified of losing her grip on Charles and the family's future? Either way, the quiet hostility between these two powerful royal women has been bubbling under the surface for a very long time. And now that Princess Anne is actively tossing fuel on the fire, this royal feud is set to explode. But as it turns out, Princess Anne is not the only royal who has serious doubts about Camilla. It seems a major part of the family shares those exact same feelings, including none other than Prince William himself. And if you assume that is solely because of the nasty things Camilla said about Kate, you are wrong. While that definitely did not help, there is a much deeper reason for his dislike, one that goes all the way back to William's childhood. This hidden tension between William and Camilla was exposed by Prince Harry in his explosive book Spare. According to Harry, William has only ever barely tolerated Camilla. As a matter of fact, she had always been slightly terrified of him. Then came the ultimate bombshell. Harry disclosed that he and William desperately begged their father, King Charles III, not to marry Camilla. He alleged that their new stepmother was highly notorious for leaking private stories about them and the rest of the royals to the media. In his tell-all book, Harry admitted wondering if Camilla would turn into one of those wicked stepmothers when she officially joined the family. Naturally, all this bad blood did not just start overnight. Camilla's notorious affair with Charles during his marriage to Princess Diana left deep, lasting scars. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, she and Charles had a turbulent affair leading to Diana's famous admission in her Panorama interview. She famously declared that there were 3 of them in the marriage, making it rather crowded. Then, in 1997, Diana's sudden and tragic death in a car crash sent massive shockwaves around the entire globe. Ignoring his son's obvious disapproval, Charles went ahead with his wedding plans, ultimately marrying Camilla in 2005. In his memoir Spare, Harry noted that despite the brothers' desperate attempts to change Charles's mind, their father was completely set on the marriage. He added that they eventually shook his hand, wished him the best, and promised him there was no lingering resentment. Even so, while Harry's deep bitterness toward Camilla was highly obvious, sources claimed that William chose to move on, particularly after Harry stepped back from royal duties in 2020. According to reports in US Weekly, William and Camilla managed to move past their massive differences over the years. A source explained that both William and Harry initially distrusted Camilla deeply, harbouring resentment out of fierce loyalty to their late mother, Diana. They reportedly never felt comfortable enough to open up to her in any real emotional way. But one key figure played a truly pivotal role in mending the relationship between William and Camilla, Princess Kate. Regardless of whatever Camilla might have whispered about her, Kate always chose to treat her stepmother-in-law with genuine warmth and respect. So, while those deep, painful wounds of the past may never completely heal, it seemed that William and Camilla had negotiated a quiet truce. Yet, with Princess Anne reportedly fueling friction and old shadows hanging over them, a major question remains. Just how long can this fragile royal peace actually survive? Take the underlying tension between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. While Kate and Camilla's relationship seems patched up, this other royal feud is way more complicated. That is Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. Back in 2005, when Prince Charles married Camilla Parker Bowles, Queen Elizabeth II took an unprecedented step. She ordered her private secretary to draft an official decree ensuring Princess Anne would never be forced to curtsy to Camilla. An ex-courtier revealed back then that this was done because Princess Anne and Princess Alexandra flatly refused to bow or show deference to such a deeply unpopular woman, referring of course to Camilla. To be blunt, Anne was not having it. She made it crystal clear she had zero intention of curtsying to her brother's new wife. But why, you ask? Well, it all boiled down to romance. Their shared history actually traces all the way back to the 1970s when Camilla was dating Andrew Parker Bowles on and off. But here is where the massive twist comes in. While Camilla was busy dating Andrew, Andrew was secretly sleeping with Princess Anne on the side. This is where the discord started. Instead of a standard love triangle, they created a royal love rectangle involving the Queen's two oldest kids. This juicy drama even made its way into season 3 of The Crown, reigniting public interest in this decades-old royal feud. According to a palace insider, that intense bitterness has never truly faded away. Anne and Camilla have always shared deep, bad blood, and this situation is dragging up painful old wounds. Make no mistake, these two royal rivals will never be friends. But fast forward to today, and it seems that things have finally changed, at least in public. Just last November, Princess Anne surprisingly presented Queen Camilla with an honorary doctorate of literature on behalf of the University of London. The two royal women seemed closer than ever, even riding together to the official ceremony. As the university's long-standing chancellor, Anne warmly praised Camilla's extraordinary work in boosting global literacy, highlighting her highly successful Queen's Reading Room initiative. She noted that the Queen is well known for her unwavering dedication to vital causes, including health and overall well-being. In a twist of irony, it was Camilla who had to kneel before Chancellor Anne to receive her honour. This historic moment was a massive cry from the icy silence of their past, particularly considering how their romantic lives originally crossed paths. When Anne originally dated Andrew Parker Bowles, he already had a notorious reputation for being unfaithful. According to royal biographer Penny Junor, Andrew was widely known to be a cad who actively cheated with multiple women, including some of Anne's close friends. Junor explained that by the time Camilla was first introduced to Prince Charles, she was fully aware Andrew was seeing Princess Anne and decided to teach him a lesson. As a direct result, Camilla launched her own passionate affair with Prince Charles. Ultimately, both of these messy love affairs, Camilla's with Charles and Anne's with Andrew Parker Bowles, were thwarted for incredibly similar reasons. At first, the royals heavily disapproved of their early romance, believing Camilla's dating past made her completely unfit for a future king. So they separated back in 1973. Meanwhile, Princess Anne's connection with Andrew Parker Bowles was doomed right away, not from lack of love, but because of strict royal rules. Being a Catholic, Andrew Parker Bowles was forbidden from marrying into the royal family under the Act of Settlement of 1701. Anne, who was fourth in line to the throne back then, knew this all too well, but that did not make their split any easier. In fact, Anne was reportedly devastated when Andrew ended their romance in 1973, only to announce soon after that he was marrying Camilla. That heavy heartbreak reportedly pushed Princess Anne into a rebound marriage with cavalry officer Captain Mark Phillips. A marriage that, though highly promising at first, did not last and brought massive stress to the royal family. By 1992, Anne's marriage to Mark Phillips officially ended in divorce. Interestingly, they had already spent 3 years living apart amidst wild rumours of cheating from both sides. According to biographer Bedell Smith, Anne's rumoured lovers included none other than Andrew Parker Bowles. In a twist of fate, Charles and Camilla finally wed in 2005, locking in a scandalous romance that spanned several decades. Yet, for Anne and Andrew, the story is still unfinished. It is quite fascinating to see how these deep-rooted tensions and royal entanglements have shifted over all these years. Having Andrew Parker Bowles stay close to both Anne and Camilla despite their messy history surely created a constant stream of quiet friction. Whispers have always circulated that Princess Anne's deep feelings for Andrew Parker Bowles never truly went away. Throughout his decades of marriage to Camilla, Andrew always remained one of Anne's absolute closest confidants. He is even the godfather of her daughter, Zara Tindall, while King Charles is godfather to Andrew and Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles, as noted by royal biographer Sally Bedell Smith. Long after their romantic fling wrapped up, Anne and Andrew stayed incredibly tight. She hints that their bond went far beyond normal friendship. Bedell Smith actually points to ongoing rumours that Anne and Andrew kept their secret affair going long after they both got married. Camilla may have ultimately won Charles over, but Anne's sheer confidence and high royal rank always gave her the upper hand in their rivalry. For Camilla, who faced years of harsh public backlash as the other woman, Anne's bold personality and strong position as the Queen's daughter definitely added some major tension. Yet, despite their icy history, it is ironic that Princess Anne's own divorce and second marriage cleared the path for Camilla to wed Charles. Once the late Queen realised the monarchy would not crumble after Anne left Mark Phillips for Timothy Lawrence, she apparently softened her view on her son's controversial romance. Now, more than 2 decades later, it seems Anne and Camilla have found common ground, not simply as fellow royals, but as 2 powerful women fiercely dedicated to supporting King Charles. In a wild twist of fate, they went from bitter rivals to close allies. All of this while keeping their close ties to the very man who once played such a major role in their love lives. But while Camilla and Princess Anne settled into their roles, another prominent royal woman is busy building her own lasting legacy. The future Queen consort Kate Middleton is always compared to Princess Diana, Queen Camilla, and even the late Queen Elizabeth II. Yet people rarely give her enough credit for standing on her own 2 feet. Born on January 9th, 1982 at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, Kate actually came from an upper-middle-class family with wealthy relatives on her father's side and working-class roots on her mother's. Her parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, worked for British Airways before launching their own highly successful business called Party Pieces. Kate's early childhood was far from the royal spotlight. Her family moved over to Jordan when she was only 2 years old, where she attended an English-language nursery school. When they came back to Berkshire in 1986, do you need to roll your arm? Do I not roll it? By the way, you better watch what you say because these guys are filming right now. She was enrolled at St Andrew's School before moving on to Marlborough College, where she absolutely excelled in both sports and academics. She was even the captain of the girls' hockey team and proudly earned a Gold Duke of Edinburgh award. But her entire life changed forever when she went to the University of St Andrews in Scotland. That was where she first crossed paths with Prince William, and the rest is history. While many focus strictly on their royal romance, Kate has always been far more than just the girl who married a handsome prince. Even after securing a coveted spot at the University of Edinburgh, Kate took a gap year studying in Italy at the British Institute of Florence and travelling to Chile for a Raleigh International programme. She even spent an entire summer working as a deckhand down at the port of Southampton before heading off to the University of St Andrews in Scotland. She initially signed up to study psychology but later switched her entire focus to art history, balancing those classes with a part-time waitressing job. She was also a highly active member of the exclusive Lumsden Club, regularly organising charity fundraisers and local community projects. In 2005, she graduated with her undergraduate Master of Arts in Art History. It was at St Andrews where she met Prince William back in 2001 at St Salvatore's Hall. She famously caught his eye in 2002 during a student charity fashion show, walking the runway in a sheer lace dress. By 2003, they were officially dating, sharing a flat with 2 close friends during their second year and later moving into Baylough House together. Their relationship was not without drama, briefly splitting in 2004 before quickly reuniting. Following graduation, Kate faced relentless tabloid scrutiny and intense media attention over her close connection to William. In 2006, she accepted a part-time job as an accessories buyer for Jigsaw, while also working as a project manager for her family's business, managing their catalogue. Yes, I am. She was frequently seen at high-profile royal events, attending William's passing out parade at Sandhurst in December 2006. The couple split again in April 2007, but reunited shortly after. By 2008, she stepped even further into royal circles, attending Peter Phillips's wedding in William's Place and meeting Queen Elizabeth II for the first time. That very same year, she attended the Order of the Garter procession, where William was officially made a Royal Knight of the Garter. While William was serving with the Royal Navy in the Caribbean in 2008, Kate remained a constant presence at high-profile royal events. In June 2010, the couple moved into a cottage on the Borgen estate in Anglesey, Wales, where William was stationed for his Royal Air Force search and rescue training. Before their engagement, Kate lived with her sister Pippa in a chic Chelsea apartment owned by their wealthy parents. Then, in October 2010, during a special 10-day trip to Kenya's Liwa Wildlife Conservancy, William proposed at a private secluded alpine cabin on Mount Kenya, and Clarence House made the royal engagement official on November 16th. William proposed using his mother Princess Diana's iconic sapphire and diamond ring, beautifully linking past and present in one gesture. In preparation for her upcoming royal future, Kate was confirmed into the Church of England on March 10th at St. James's Palace with Prince William and her supportive family standing by her side. Their royal wedding on April 29, 2011 at Westminster Abbey, which fell on St. Catherine's Day, was a massive global spectacle. The United Kingdom declared the day a bank holiday as an estimated 300 million viewers tuned in, with 26 million watching live in Britain alone. Kate's stunning wedding dress, designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen, became an instant fashion icon. After getting married, she officially received the title of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge. As a special wedding gift from the Queen, the couple was given Anima Hall, a beautiful countryside retreat on the Sandringham estate in London. They initially lived at Nottingham Cottage before moving into apartment 1A at Kensington Palace in 2013 after an 18-month £4.5 million renovation. Kensington Palace served as their primary residence until 2017. In September 2022, they settled into Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. Their family grew with the birth of Prince George in July 2013, Princess Charlotte in May 2015 and Prince Louis in April 2018. In January 2024, Kensington Palace announced Kate had undergone a planned abdominal surgery at the London clinic for an undisclosed medical condition. She stepped back from public duties through March, but her prolonged absence sparked an intense media frenzy and a wave of conspiracy theories, especially after Prince William abruptly pulled out of a major royal event, citing a personal matter. On March 22nd, Kate broke her silence in an emotional video message, revealing that tests after her surgery had found cancer and that she had been undergoing preventative chemotherapy since late February. She extended her medical leave but made a highly anticipated surprise appearance at Trooping the Colour in June, later confirming in a very heartfelt letter that her treatment was still ongoing. Over the following months, she made occasional public appearances while quietly continuing her recovery. In September, a touching video message from Kensington Palace announced she had completed her chemotherapy and was preparing to resume public duties. Just a month later, she joined William to meet the families of the victims of the 2024 Southport stabbing, which was her first official engagement since finishing cancer treatment. In January 2025, Catherine returned to the Royal Marsden Hospital, where she had received cancer treatment, to personally thank the doctors and nurses and to meet with patients. This special visit marked her first solo public engagement since completing her chemotherapy. In an announcement, she also finally shared the long-awaited news that her cancer was in remission. Philanthropic work has always been a constant for Catherine, both before and after she officially joined the royal family. Back in 2007, she curated a special photography exhibition for UNICEF launching Alistair Morrison's Time to Reflect. Just a year later, she visited the children at Naomi's House Hospice and soon after put together a huge roller disco fundraiser that raised £100,000 for Oxford Children's Hospital and Place to Be. All this while she worked for her parents' company, where she coordinated major events for the Starlight Children's Foundation and even helped organise the Boodles Boxing Ball for other charitable causes. Once married, Catherine's philanthropic reach expanded dramatically. In March 2011, she and William launched a wedding gift fund through the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry. This allowed well-wishers to donate to good causes instead of buying traditional gifts. The fund ultimately supported 26 charities across the military, children, elderly arts, sports, and wildlife conservation. By 2012, The foundation changed its name to honour Catherine's growing work, becoming the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales. But her massive influence goes way beyond charity. Catherine's sharp sense of style has made her a global fashion icon, constantly landing her on major best-dressed lists. In 2022, Tatler ranked her at the very top. Then, in 2024, she was named the most glamorous royal in Europe. Over the years, her wardrobe has evolved from safe, conservative looks into a highly refined, elegant style featuring stunning designs by Alexander McQueen, Jenny Pacham, Catherine Walker, Dolce & Gabbana and Gucci. This Kate Middleton effect proved her massive impact on fashion trends and retail sales by 2021. She was credited with boosting the British fashion industry by up to £1 billion annually, both publicly and privately. Today, Catherine has truly become a defining presence in the royal family's modern era. Seasoned journalists like Camilla Tominey and Petronella Wyatt have called her the monarchy's absolute greatest asset and the jewel in the crown, while Rhonda Garlick of the New York Times praised her unique ability to balance tradition with modernity despite intense media scrutiny. Yet her close aides note that Catherine never shapes her decisions based on PR strategy. She simply does what she believes is right. Her former private secretary, Jaime Law Pinkerton, described her approach as almost old-fashioned, saying she simply does not engage in any drama. What are your thoughts on all this royal family drama? Let us know down in the comments section below, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Click on the next video displayed right on your screen. You will absolutely love it.